Good audio is important. We know that, right? But it's a lot easier said than done. And if you're relatively new to making videos and you're thinking, well, how can my audio sound much better? You need to think about the Zoom H4n Pro. It's a game changer. And let's talk about why today. For most of my adult life, I've been a professional musician, and that's meant many hours of recording into audio interfaces with countless different mics. And I moved from the UK to Canada about 5 months ago, and even with my stripped down microphone collection, there's still 6 of the little guys. At some point, I'm going to do a mic comparison video, so feel free to subscribe now and stay tuned for that. Comment below, by the way, if you want me to get a move on with that. Sometimes recording direct into a laptop through an audio interface is great, but sometimes it is just a pain in the butt, especially when you're on the move or you want to set something up really quickly. And then I found this piece of kit. So the Zoom H4n Pro describes itself as a handy recorder, and it's just that. It's got 2 phantom powered XLR/line-in outputs and 2 built-in stereo mics at the top, input monitoring, and this handy dandy SD card slot as well. It's super small, it's battery powered, but you can also buy this super helpful power supply for when you're inside, and it's a bit of a game changer for making videos, for the podcast that my wife and I host together, and even for our church live stream. It kind of doubles up as a semi-decent audio interface as well, although there's no MIDI or USB input, which would be really perfect. The built-in microphones, they're pretty good. We use them to record our first podcast, and I've recorded some COVID-19 acoustic guitar tracks when we were visiting the in-laws, and they turned out pretty good. Here are some examples of the built-in mics. Okay, so here is the H4n. I'm recording just out of these microphones now. Now I'm cautious to make sure that it's at the side of my mouth because the air makes the plosives not sound great. Look, listen, plosive, that doesn't sound good. But if you keep it at the side, it's pretty good. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2, 3. I think the audio is pretty good. Again, you've got to avoid those plosives. Probably you'd have it slightly further away. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2, 3. I mean, you could turn the mic audio up. So you have the mic level setting here. My mic levels are probably moving all over the place. If I turn that up a bit and move it further away, maybe to the shotgun mic level, so it's just hanging down. I've got the headphones on for kind of input monitoring just to make sure it sounds okay. But testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing. Let's see here as I move away. So this is quite close now. I have to speak very gently so it doesn't catch those plosives, but it's still doing it a little bit. But as I move it away, testing, 1, 2, 3. Getting closer to the camera. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that gives you kind of a bit of an idea. Listen as I move the mic away from me. Testing, 1, 2, 3. 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 Are you sick of me saying that? Yeah, I'm kind of sick of me saying that. If I move these mics on the top, again, sorry for the poor audio here, but if I move it from 90 to 120, listen to that wonderful noise. Okay, so now it should pick up more of a directional sound. So listen to this. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2, 3. It does a better job. It's still not great, but testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2, 3. And so it's pretty cool that it has those stereo options. Testing. Still pretty loud on the plosives, but you can see that it can definitely be usable, especially if you hold it, even just off the screen here, that very low. Testing, 1, 2, 3. It's usable. I would generally tend to use it for these XLRs. So let's talk about those right now. Well, I'm recording with them now using a Rode NTG2 shotgun, which is why I'm kind of connecting this to something now. But if you're feeling fancy, you can take a line out from the Zoom directly into your camera, although I don't generally tend to do that. I don't tend to bother. I tend to just have it separate. There are only 2 things, by the way, that I don't love about the H4n Pro. Firstly, the battery life could be better, although unless you're out in the wild, that's an easy fix with that optional power supply that I mentioned. We use that for our podcast. And by the way, secondly, I think it's super convenient to travel around with, but it's not so convenient to move about with. While you can do that kind of line in thing with an extra cable and adapter that I mentioned as well, it's a bit hefty for moving around quickly and subtly with. I'm actually saving up to buy the Rode VideoMic Pro Plus, but if you're looking to do interviews, talking heads, that kind of stuff, this kind of stuff, the H4n Pro is an absolute dream. This little monster that's slightly bigger than the palm of my hand, well, I'd be lost without it. If you're building up a bit of a video production kit, kind of like I am, I would recommend getting this, the Zoom H4n Pro. It hasn't let me down. And by the way, in case it's not obvious, I am in no way sponsored by these guys. I have like 600 subscribers, so how would I be? I just love this device. So if you have any questions or opinions or advice, let me know in the comment section. I do my best to answer every single comment. And if you found this video helpful, why not consider subscribing and get that subscriber count just a little higher. You'll see future reviews and all sorts of other stuff. So whatever you're doing, have an awesome day and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.